Hello there everyone, this is Lilith with another video for Altenew, and today I'm going to be using the Bamboo Rose stamp set, which you can see here. It's a very whimsical, very beautiful stamp set with lots of possibilities. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of stamps, which are little flowers here, and I'm just going to stamp that onto some watercolor paper. I'm using watercolor paper because I'll be working with watercolor pencils and water, and it's just that little bit sturdier than your usual cardstock. Once I've got all my images stamped, I can start with the coloring process. For this you will need some watercolor pencils, and I'm just starting with orange in the middle. And don't worry if you leave any white spaces, because once you go over it with water, everything will blend in together. So, and then using a bit of red, and then I'm going to do the leaves in green. And once you've got your color on your roses, you can use a little water brush here I'm using, and just go over the color ever so delicately. Now the ink I use to stamp my images is ink from Altenew. It is a watercolor based ink, so I would advise you not to go too close to the lines where you have stamped, because it might run out a little bit. I have noticed that if I dry the images with a heat gun, that this happens a lot less. If you have any dye ink, that would be perfect for this. I really love doing this. This is just a relaxing part where you color the flowers. So once you've finished coloring your flowers, you will have to cut them out. Now there isn't a die set for this at the moment, but maybe very soon we might have one. So I just hand cut them out. For my layout, I'm using a quite simple design which I use pretty often, and what I do is I will create a center element. So I would use a piece of pattern paper as background and then just layer from that. Here I'm just playing around with all the bits and bobs which I'd pulled out earlier. I'm going to be using with navy blues, whites, and then hints of red and a bit of green. So the flowers, I'm going to use 3 of them. I think I colored about 5 or 6, but I'll only be using 3. And I will be using them 2 in the middle section and then 1 at the top. So this is the fiddly part where I play around with all the little elements, and you will see that quite a few of them will be taken out along the way as well. Here, this is a little album which I've got with little stickers, and I've got quite a few of them. I really love this little book, and I'm very sad to see that it's nearly empty, because I use it all the time. So here I'm adding a little bit of green, another hint of blue. I decided to keep it pretty central, the whole design. And just to create a bit of flow, I'm adding a repetitive element at the top. I'm going to pop on a little flower at the bottom here, in the bottom right hand corner. And I thought I would use the label and cut it in half diagonally, but that didn't work. But I still wanted to use it, so I just stuck it onto some cardstock and then just cut it out again. Adding that in the top. Repetition is a very good way of creating cohesion on your layout. And for the title, I decided once again to layer my elements. So I had this element which said go, see, do, and then I just attached a word which I cut out with my Cameo play. And it's almost there, the layout. I'm just going to glue down my title, add a couple of ink splatters, and that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Please go to the Elton blog if you want any references for products, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye bye.